Hello and welcome to another video about how to keep the air in your house clean. This is an air filtration system that I have built for my house. It's very simple, very basic, not pretty, not professional looking, but it works. You can do it, and you can build this very cheaply. What this does is it's basically a fan with a filter on the other end, put into a piece of styrofoam which I bought down the street. And I put some edging around there for some door jamb insulation. You can see it just sticks on there to create kind of a seal. And basically the air getting blown into the house from this is filtered by a pm2.5 filter, which I have purchased from the autos. Actually, this one I got online, but you can buy them from the auto section of Gmarket in Seoul, Korea. But I ordered this one from Gmarket. It's a 3M Filtrete pm2.5. This one actually is a charcoal model. The one that I have in here now is not a charcoal, but this cost about 10 to 12,000 won for this. The non-charcoal version cost about 6,000 won, and it filters the pm2.5 out. Talks about that on the back. And this particular model here is for a Lacetti Premier 2014 model, and that seems to be about the perfect size. And basically, very simply, I cut out a nice rectangle shape using a red hot knife. And what you want to do is buy a very cheap kitchen knife that's somewhat sharp. Doesn't have to be very sharp, really, because what you do is you heat it up over the flame of your burner and you basically melt through it very quickly. It goes through it like butter if you heat the knife. If you don't heat the knife, it's almost impossible to cut without breaking and making a huge mess, and takes forever. So you'll want to superheat the knife. And basically all I did there was tape that on with some packing tape onto the back of the fan, and I went around it with a lot of tape so it's sealed well. Realize the light's hard to see, and look how dirty that is. Time to change, right? It's getting there, but I tested it and it still works. And so I cut a nice rectangle shape that fits my window after measuring my window, so it fits it top to bottom and slides in there. And the hardest part to do is the circle, because what I did was I just laid this onto it right in the center of this styrofoam, drew a circle around it with a pen, and then used the knife and kind of started with a hole in the middle and kind of cut out a few pieces and then made kind of a circle with it. And I didn't do a very good job, as you can see, but it works. It gets the job done. The fan is about 12,000 won. I bought it down the street. You can buy them online. Anyway, I'll put in the link at the bottom where you can buy those. It's just a bathroom ceiling fan, and actually these can flip around, so you can take it out and flip it around the other way, but this seems to work in this direction. I put a switch on it. You don't have to have a switch, but you can if you want. And then I bought a cheap cord with a plug and runs over to the wall. So that's it. It just fits in there, and should have made it with a longer cord. It seals over there kind of like that. I just shoved it in there, but there it is. Works really well. Filters the air coming in. Filters it about 90% actually. It doesn't get it all, but it does a great job, and allows me to circulate the air through the house. And my large size air purifier for my home just cleans up the rest. But the nice thing about it is I can run this thing, and I've got another one in the other end of the house, which I'll go to, and that basically blows air outside with no filter on it. It doesn't need a filter on the other side. And then the air basically circulates all the way through the house, from this to the other one. Filtered air circulates through, and that also cleans out the VOCs and other things that build up from your particle board wood in your cabinets and things, as well as your flooring and whatever else that's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy to run an air cleaner with your windows closed for more than 3 hours, because that stuff builds up in your house and can make you sick too. So you want to be able to circulate the air every 3 to 4 hours in your house. This allows me to do that and keep the air clean. So let me go over to the other room and show you what I've got over there for the exit. Okay, and here's the other room. I'm sorry I'm having focus troubles once again. But this is the exit that I have. This is basically a piece of foam that I've cut and fit into this small bathroom window here. And same exact style fan, but I have it with no filter and I have it reversed, so it's simply blowing the air back outside. So the air that comes in from the filter in the other end of the house gets filtered, and then this sucks air back outside. So I have a slight flow of air coming through the house, and that's just enough to keep it clean and fresh. And this this fan, by the way, it's up here. It's Kumgang KV-150 is the model number, and that one works really well. It's the same as the fan in the other room. So that's what I have for a return, and I've actually gone and kind of wired it up here into the light because I didn't have a fixture to plug into. But that's what I did. So that is how I send air through the house. This is a very simple filtration system, and I brought along an extra one that I had cut out before to kind of show you the hole that I cut in one of them when I was working. This was an extra one. See, it's not pretty, but it works. You need to use a hot knife to cut through that. Just superheat the knife and it'll burn right through it. But boy, does it stink when you cut it. So you want to make sure you have that you're doing that with the doors and windows open, or that you do it outside, because oh boy, does it smell like chemical. But it works great. So there you go. After you cut these out, by the way, for a few days, there'll be a little bit of a chemical smell, but that goes away. That goes away within a few days. So it's a great way to filter the air coming in and out of your house. I hope this video was helpful. Best wishes and good luck. Please send me a message if you have any questions.